Human rights groups and relief agencies say the situation for the Afghan people is a catastrophe, with some selling their organs or their children to survive. 1 year after withdrawing American troops and diplomats, the United States is still the single largest donor of humanitarian aid to the country. Fareshta Abbasi is the Afghanistan researcher for Human Rights Watch.
According to the latest statistics that the World Food Programme have published, 90% of Afghan people are facing food insecurity. 1 year after the Taliban takeover, people are dying out of hunger. It means that people do not have anything to eat.
The Taliban celebrated as they marked 1 year Monday since they retook power from the U.S.-backed government in Kabul, saying they are seeking strong political and economic relationships with all the countries of the region and the world. But the Biden administration is questioning the Taliban's assurances, pointing to last month's killing of fugitive al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri in a U.S. drone strike at his safe house in the heart of Kabul. State Department spokesperson Ned Price said the Biden administration is not ready in the near term to release the funds held in the United States back to Afghanistan's central bank. But it has been negotiating with the bank for months to try to find a solution.
So right now we're looking at mechanisms that could be put in place to see to it that these $3.5 billion in preserved assets make their way efficiently and effectively to the people of Afghanistan in a way that doesn't make them ripe for diversion to terrorist groups or elsewhere.
Experts tell VOA the fact that the al-Qaeda leader was living right in the middle of Kabul with his family dealt a blow to efforts to release the assets.
Now, I think that in light of what happened with Zawahiri, the U.S. is going to take an even harder line, and they will not agree to any type of arrangement to release those funds back to Afghan control unless there is a clear mechanism in place, presumably some type of separate trust fund that would wall off the funds from whatever the Taliban would try to do. The Taliban's going to take a hard line too. The Taliban, for political reasons, it has to ensure the legitimacy of its rank and file.
Experts, including Abbasi, say the international community, including the United States, certainly needs to step up humanitarian aid to Afghan civilians. But they are also calling on the Taliban to reconsider their priorities and address people's basic needs instead of putting more restrictions on women's rights in Afghanistan. Cindy Saine, VOA News.